So, for me, when I work with something like I'm going to light a candle, right? So we always have the candle on the altar, and before I come in, I always light the candle on the altar. And it's very similar to how I work with the drum, or how I work with the rattle, or what I'll do with the sage bowl, right? When I'm saging, I'm offering a little sage, a little smoke to all the 7 directions. And you could look at them as these external forces, which I think are valid from a spiritual standpoint, to look at them as these kind of spiritual forces. They've been represented as the archangels in Christianity, as the bodhisattvas in Buddhism, right? So they're everywhere in all these cultures, the Orishans in Africa, the Kemetic traditions of Egypt, the gods and goddesses of Hawaii, and like all these different places, right? And you have these representations. And my understanding, my belief, my experience is that they're all the same spirits. They just come in culturally relevant ways to the people of those particular lands, right? They come through their archetypes, they come through their imagery in a way that makes sense to them. But they're the same forces. They're the same forces of consciousness. Um, and there's a lot to be said about, well, what is consciousness? As we enter into this realm of quantum physics and quantum reality, I mean, it's going to be really cool to explore, well, what is multidimensional fields of existence? We have computer chips now that are working in multiple fields of dimensions, right? This isn't like some woo-woo theory or some like Disney movie with superheroes in it. Like, we actually have computer chips now working in quantum realms, in multiple regions of dimensions to calculate information. So it's really kind of cool how these forces come through. And for me, having a relationship with them where I'm kind of connecting in with the spirit that brings new things into life, the embodiment of life. The warrior who has our back and protects us and pushes us forward through our fear. The friend of the dead who carries the things that no longer serve us away, right? The gatekeeper who stands in front of us and unlocks the doors and shows us, hey, maybe don't go right, maybe go left. The gatekeeper is very helpful in that sense of navigate. He's the navigator, right? And then we have the Great Spirit above us and the Mother Earth below us, and we have the center, our heart, right? The core of everything. And so it's really beautiful to just connect with them in a little bit every way. And so one of the ways I do it is the candle, along with I've got some of the other things that I'll show. But I'll just come in and I'll kind of hold the candle and I'll say, spirits in the east, call to you, praying to you. I love you. Good morning. Spirits in the south, the warrior. I love you, brother. Call to you, praying to you. Good morning. Spirits in the west, place of the setting sun, the bedhead. My sister, call to you, praying to you. Good morning. Gatekeeper, my brother, helping mediate the crossroads, calling to you, praying to you. Good morning. Warakocha, Great Spirit, I love you, calling to you, praying to you. Good morning. Pachamama, Earth Mother, good morning, calling to you, praying to you. I love you. Patanquichi, the center, my heart. Pahachoka, calling to you, praying to you. Love you. Good morning. Now, Black Elk, who is a great Lakota elder, he talked about it as the 7 breaths, right? And so for him, the quickest way to connect before he did anything, the minimum that he would do is just turn to acknowledge each direction and take a full breath. And so for him, he called it the 7 breaths. And that's another beautiful way. Again, so many of these different ways that we can connect with the 7 directions, from the breaths, from a candle, from a drum, from burning sage. All these different things are super relevant. So